What's up, guys? Mindless again. I wanted to share another piece out of my collection. Today is a piece for me I consider like a true grail, a super grail. And if you look back in my channel, you would have seen that I've done a video on a similar piece with the Dragon Tail handle. This one's obviously different, so I wanted to kind of share it with you. What we're looking at today is lovingly referred to as the Emerald Dragon Kickstop Hokkaido. And that's right, another John Barker, Lee Williams collaboration Hokkaido. And this one, guys, is honestly, it's art. I did bring the other one just so we can compare later on in the video, but I kind of wanted to share this particular piece with you and kind of explain how it came into my possession. So let's take a look at the knife first of all. Exactly like the other one, it's about a 3-inch cutting edge, 3.5-inch overall, to the handle. Overall length is about 8.25 inches, so it's not the biggest knife, but one of the best, if not the best, flipping action and ergonomic knives I've ever owned. I actually, if I had to get rid of all the pieces of my collection, I would keep probably the Kickstop Hokkaidos and maybe a couple other pieces. These are that good. You can see John Barker's famous Tonto grind. Let's see if we can focus this for you. There's the triplane. You can see that top swedge. Just perfection. Done in a hand rub satin. And what made this piece special are these handles. They're dragon scales. And for some reason, I wanted to show this piece too on the video because in photographs, it just appears to be like a fluorescent green. But when you're handling it in real life and looking at it, it looks like a patinaed copper. So you have green with like a bronze around all the edges. Just perfect. And then they match the clip with the dragon scales as well. So remember, these pieces are put together in the grindhouse in Texas with Lee Williams, and they're sent to Dr. Barker, where he applies all the finishing, does the grind, all the anodizing, and then he gets that ready to go and ships it to the end buyer at that point. This piece was actually on an open bid piece at the Gathering 2015 alongside the Barker Lee Williams Essential. And I knew this knife was going to be there, and I would have loved to taken it down, but if you watch my past videos, you knew I was there really to go after the Rexford Entropy, so I knew I couldn't afford to take both of these knives home with me. Now, my buddy, by chance, happened to be the bidder on this piece, and he ended up taking it home. And I was super happy for him. He's a great collector, big time Barker Lee Williams fan. He's actually a really good friend with Lee Williams. And when he got the piece, I was stoked for him, totally. Like, this is a guy that will appreciate the work that has gone into this piece. So, go home, get back from G7. I'm back in Southern California, stoked about all my scores, and boom, out of nowhere, I get a phone call from Sako over at Recon 1, and he says, "Mark, I know you already have a Kickstop Hokkaido, but the Emerald Dragon piece from G7 has become available, and would you be interested in adding it to your collection?" And honestly, I couldn't do it financially after getting the Entropy and that open bid Sean Kendrick. So I told him I'd love to do it, and but I'd either have to wait or you'd have to work with some trades with me. And typical awesome Recon 1 customer service, he's like, let's do some trades. He knows my collection pretty well. So I ended up, for this piece, I traded a John Barker Hokkaido. It was a carbon fiber handle, and one of my McGinnis Notorious pieces. So it was 2 for 1 to get this piece. I didn't feel too bad doing it because I already had quite a few other Hokkaidos, and on the Notorious I had 2 of them, so I would still have one in my collection. And to me, to add this piece, which the craftsmanship here is outstanding. To add this piece, it was kind of a no-brainer to me. So we went ahead and executed the deal, and 24 hours later, this was in my in my possession, and I just honestly couldn't be happier. I wanted to share it with you guys sooner than later rather, because it was actually part of the G7 show, and this is one of the major pieces that was up for auction in Las Vegas. So I think I wanted to, I wanted to show you the piece, obviously let you guys take a HD look at it, but also I wanted to compare it, since I knew this would be something that rarely occurs, with another Kickstop Hokkaido. So I brought along today my Dragon Tail Ronin. It has the Ronin markings on the clip, and we can kind of look at them side by side. And it's easy to think that they would be exactly the same, but that is very far from the truth. You can tell when comparing the two together that these are absolutely handmade. The grind is done freehand, and then you can see the artistic flair that Dr. Barker put on the piece. And obviously all the amazing work and consistent work that comes out of Lee Williams Grindhouse. So the first thing you should take a look at is the grind. Unbelievable. They are very different. If you look at the Dragon Tail, the swedge comes way further down. Look at the way you'll notice it best is if you take a look at the flats on the two pieces. Notice how narrow it gets right here on the Dragon Tail and how wide it remains on the Emerald Dragon. And honestly, if you told me pick which one is better, neither are better. Both are beautiful in their own right. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, this to me is, I'm holding two of my ultimate grails. These are, for tactical knives, as good as I've ever handled. I posted on Instagram a couple days ago a photo of the Dragon Tail, and the comment that I put on it is the best knife I've ever handled, period. And honestly, I stick by that. Let me wipe this down. The action on the kickstops is ridiculous, honestly. You can tell this one's more broken in. This knife came into existence or was completed just a couple months ago. This one, almost a year ago. So it's got a few hundred more flips under its belt, and the detent is broken in, and the action is just so simple. It's got a very strong detent, but does not affect your finger at all when you're flipping it. Falls on its own weight. You take a look at this bad boy, and you can tell this is a brand new knife. It does fall on its own weight, but to pull the flipper tab, the kickstop tab, is much, much more difficult, and I kind of prefer it, actually. I know eventually it will break in and be as smooth as the Dragon Tail, but truly, truly amazing stuff. Other than the grind differences, the variations, the contouring is extremely similar. If you take a look from the top, thicknesses are the same, clip position, the backspacer obviously on the Dragon Tail goes much further up. The spine, perfectly executed. If you take a look at lockup, exactly the same, fellas. Absolute perfection. There's the grunge, oh my God, the plunge line on the grind. Absolute perfection. And then you take a look at the differences in the blades. There you can see down here how much deeper that swedge goes. Absolutely beautiful. And they're both the same steel, but on this one the steel is not marked. You just have the two maker's marks, and I kind of prefer that. Or here, you look closely, you'll see that it's marked with the XHP blade steel. Perfect grinds, perfect hand rub, and on this one, again, just the maker's mark, and sterile on the lock side. Gorgeous. So I wanted to look at this piece specifically. We'll just put this one up here, because honestly this is more of an art piece than the other one. If you look at the work that went into these dragon scales, you can see how it's done. He's basically hitting it with a mill and then overlapping it to make the fish scales or the dragon scale. But the anodizing is what I wanted you guys to pay attention to, and for some reason it does not show on photos. And I noticed on the video it does. If you take a look at the edges, you could see that kind of patina and bronze look. And even on the backspacer, you could see it that on all the edges, all the high points, it's got that bronze finishing. Also, all the hardware has been bronzed. Even the pivot's been polished and bronzed. So it has much more of a contrasting feel with the handle, and you can kind of see it here fading from green into the bronze. Just executed perfectly. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I wanted to share this with you guys. This is a piece that I can say without a doubt, I'm never getting rid of these two knives. If I get out of the knife collecting game and I keep two knives or a handful, these two will definitely be in there. Honestly, once you start handling kickstop flippers, it kind of spoils you, and you really can't go back to the regular flipper, or traditional flipper rather. So down the road too, I've been requested a lot actually to do like a kickstop versus spring-loaded tab video, so I will do that coming up. But before I did that, I wanted you to see the pieces that I would be including in that video, and I definitely have these two Hokkaidos in there. It is just beauty, fellas. Honestly, this is absolutely beautiful. And I got asked a pretty interesting question the other day about, you know, how does this compare to the Entropy? Which would you prefer? And honestly, that's such a tough question. Let me get this out of frame so it focuses. Honestly, the Entropy is a much smaller knife. Engineering on the pivot, the amount of hours that just went into the Entropy pivot is kind of astronomical. This piece, though, the craftsmanship is equal to it, but the flipping action is just so much more satisfying. There's something about the way a kickstop fires the blade out and it being disconnected that feels as though you're actually firing the blade out. And it just works perfectly every single time. Honestly, I don't think I can misfire on a kickstop. Let me try a soft pull. You just can't. When the detent breaks, it comes ripping out. So the answer to which would you prefer is don't make me make that choice. I would keep both. Something about kickstops. I know everybody says the same thing too. The moment you handle your first Lee Williams kickstop knife, it is just, it ruins you. Honestly, you begin to compare all flippers to a kickstop piece. And to be able to have the kickstop, you know, engineering and technical build that goes into a piece like this, alongside the artistry and design language of John Barker on the Hokkaido, which to me is timeless. I know people that know me personally and as a collector know how much I adore these pieces. I truly do find them to be one of the most beautiful designs of all time. But a kickstop Hokkaido is just, it doesn't get any better for me, honestly. This is as beautiful as it gets to me. You know, honestly, when I first saw the pictures, when Barker posted the photos of the piece that was going to G7, honestly, I did not like the green. I can say that honestly. And he actually contacted me and asked me what I thought. And I told him, like, yeah, I'm not sure about the green. I need to see it in person. And he's like, when you see it and you see the patina and you see the anodizing work that went into it, you'll realize that it's beautiful. Because normally I'm not a guy that goes for green knives. I like blues and, you know, darker colors. But the moment I walked over to Lee's table, I just fell in love. And I knew that if I was going to take the Entropy home, there's no way I can take the Hokkaido too. So I just chalked it up as this piece is going to another collector. And maybe somewhere down the road, I may have an opportunity to grab it. I never expected it to be within a week of returning from the gathering, and I had to jump on it right away. Especially, you know, big thanks to Sako and Recon One for allowing a trade to go into it rather than just coughing up the cash. For those who were at the gathering, you know what this piece went for. It's pricey, and I was able to get it through trade, so couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. But wanted to share it with you guys too, because it wasn't in the G7 scores and thoughts video, but it was probably equal to, for me, the excitement, it was equal to scoring the Rexford. So here it is, guys, the Emerald Dragon Kickstop Hokkaido, and just for fun, today we brought in the Dragon Tail so you could see it again and actually see the two of them together, which I personally have never seen two Kickstop Hokkaidos together ever. I think the only people that have friends of Lee Williams or John Barker, and were in their shops and could see them being constructed. But to have these in my hand as a collector is absolutely an honor. Truly, truly an honor. So, just a quick video today. I wanted to share this piece with you guys. We'll do a couple quick flips and close-ups before we wrap up. Take a look at this grind, you guys. Absolutely stunning. Perfection. Beautiful piece. There's a lockup. There's that Lee Williams lock bar relief cut. Beautiful. And even there, the edges of the relief cut are anodized, kind of a gold. You can see it in that light. Stunning piece. Outstanding work from both makers. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And one more flip of the Dragon Tail just because it's so good. Oh yeah. Beautiful pieces. Right next to each other. Guys, thanks for taking some time to watch another video. I want to take a sec to thank all of you guys for all the kind comments that you leave on every video and supporting the channel, and I appreciate you helping spread the word about the channel. You know, I know honestly, I don't think these videos that I make are for like new guys, new to the collecting game of the custom world, and I just don't want it to sound like an educational video where I'm explaining how a kickstop works or how the lock bar works, or I'm just assuming that you love custom knives as much as I do and you have enough experience in the custom knife world to really just roll with the video, enjoy what I'm showing. So I thank you for that. I thank you guys for all the support and, you know, coming back every week to take a look at the pieces that I put forward. So thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions about these pieces or any of my past videos, please comment below. I try my best to reply to every single comment. And throw me a thumbs up if you dig these two pieces. If you like one of these more than the other, let me know in the comments below. We have a discussion. And please subscribe for more videos that'll help grow the channel. And the more we can grow it, you know, the more fun it is for me as well, and I get more excited to make these videos. So again, thanks for stopping in. Emerald Dragon Kickstop Hokkaido, Dragon Tail Kickstop Hokkaido from John Barker and Lee Williams. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take it easy.